Hello everyone. Today I'm going to work on replacing this old plastic sink in our bathroom and a double basin metal sink out of our kitchen. The removal of this bathroom sink was pretty easy. There was about 8 clamps holding onto the bottom side of it, so once I unscrewed those, it pulled right out. During these projects, my wife and I always try to save a little money where we can. This faucet happened to be in good condition, so we were able to repurpose it with the new sink. The new basin fit perfectly in the old cutout. I wasn't so lucky in the kitchen one. When I reached under to connect the drain, I realized that they didn't line up with the new basin. I'll have to fix this later. For now, I'm just going to seal it with some caulk and let it dry. Now that I've cut out the old drain pipe, I can remove about 1 inch or so off the bottom. Because I use an oscillating saw, I've got to remove the burrs off the bottom of the pipe so it's got a proper fit. I'm also adding a threaded connector so that I can twist the P-trap when I need to line it up with the bottom of the sink. The threads are pretty tight with just a little bit of play, so I'll put this top piece back in and position it roughly where I need it before the glue dries. That little bit of play allowed me to connect the P-trap pretty easily, and so it's on to reconnecting the hot and cold water lines. With a quick tighten of the wrench, this project is complete. The kitchen sink really wasn't in that bad a condition, but it was a double basin and it wasn't very deep. We wanted a single basin, something deeper, and a way to put garbage cans in underneath the sink. The clamps that held this sink in place were a little bit more difficult to get to. Some of them I could get with a drill, but I had to use a couple different tools to get to some of the other ones. Then it was time to try to carefully pry up the sink without damaging the countertop. I think I did a pretty good job and we were able to save it. All that was left behind was a ring of rubber caulk that had to be removed for the new sink to be installed. The drain pipe under the sink had to be completely redesigned to get rid of that second drain, so this is going to be removed and we'll start fresh. And here it is, the new farm style sink. My wife says I'm never very excited about new installs, so here's my excited face. Okay, that might have been a little bit of fake excitement, but the sink really is nice. After some quick measurements, I thought that it would fit right in. When I performed the test fit, I noticed that there was a secondary ring that didn't quite fit. I drew in the line and got the saw ready. This saw made quick work of this laminate countertop, and we were right back in business. With the cutout piece removed, it was time for test fit number 2, and it fit perfectly. I'll add some sealant and the sink is installed. I thought the top pipe of the P-trap was a standard size, but the new one I bought didn't fit. This saw really does come in handy for quick fixes. With the old one removed, I glue in the top pipe and mocked up the bottom of the P-trap so that I could get some measurements for a new connecting pipe. Then I glue in the top pipe and check to make sure everything fits and connects before gluing in the bottom of the P-trap, and this installation is complete. I clean up and add just a small ring of glue to the outside of the pipe to ensure there are no leaks in the P-trap. After a couple hours of the sealant sitting underneath the sink to harden and dry, I add a bead of seal to the outside to ensure no more water will get underneath. After installing the final bead seal, we realized the old faucet wasn't going to reach all the corners of the new sink. We found a modern one with a detachable hose sprayer and began the install. Both the old faucet and the new faucet had a 3-hole design. However, the center hole needed to be made just a little bit bigger. Now that the fit was just right, I could tighten up the neck of the faucet. The sprayer drooped, so I had to go underneath and install the weight. I disconnected the coupler, slid on the weight, and reconnected it. Then I could reconnect the hot and cold water lines and tighten those up. Now that it's completed, doesn't it look great? Join us next time and see what other fixes we have to do around this old trailer.